G'day guys, and welcome back to another video for the channel on Footy Science. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a Tiermaker, and I haven't done a Tiermaker video for a long time, but finally we're doing one today, and this Tiermaker will be ranking every AFL Guernsey in 2023. The Guernseys ranked in this video will be either the charity match Guernseys, Indigenous, home, away, clash, you name it. We'll be ranking all of them, so without further ado, let's get into it. So I've done this in alphabetical order as well, which team is where, except, GWS and Gold Coast are a bit mixed up, but anyway. Now, being dead serious, I think the normal Adelaide Guernsey is better than their red one. I just feel that it's a lot better. However, this old crow design, that's godly. I feel like this is one of the greatest Guernseys. I'm saying it right now. This is probably one of the greatest Guernseys in 2023 that isn't an Indigenous top. And speaking of which, I think Adelaide's Indigenous top, it's good, but I don't think it stands out for me too much. I'll put it above their clash one. I think it's better, but just doesn't stand out for me too much. Now, this gold lines clash, I love. It's probably not godly, but I think it's just below godly. It's really, really good. I'll probably chuck their home one here as well. I think, yeah, the colour scheme. It's definitely the colour scheme, and they've done a really good job with it. As for their Indigenous, I think it's probably the worst one of the lot. I reckon if they removed the line, it would have looked a lot better, because I love the designs where it doesn't have really their old logo. I don't mind Cullen's clash top. It's pretty meh, but doesn't do much for me, and obviously their home kit, pretty plain and basic, not good. The Indigenous top though, I reckon that's probably better than these two. I think the Cullen top with that like light blue looks really good, and honestly I'm going to say the promotional jumper is probably better than the home one. At least it adds a little bit more colour with the orange. I think this is the Anzac one here, and they actually added a bit more of a design to their Anzac one, so I'll probably chuck that in nice. Their home one, it's probably behind the Cullen clash. And the Indigenous, honestly, it kind of sucks. It didn't do too much for me. I think if Collingwood removed the stripes, it would have looked a lot better. Like, just have a black background and then the white, like, representing different things for Indigenous culture. So what we got? We got the Anzac jumper. I reckon the Anzac one was actually really awesome. I'd put it up there, actually. The Clash one didn't do too much for me. It's probably better than the Collingwood Indigenous one, but yeah. I think the Indigenous one was kind of average, but it's probably at the top of meh. It's just because it's kind of the same as their original, but just with the sash being a bird. And then the home kit, again, doesn't do too much for me. Like the expression, the meh expression. Freo have 5 to rank. Clash one's alright, I guess. Probably the back of nice. I feel like Collingwood's Anzac was a little bit better. Now this retro one, bit biased, but my local football club wears the exact same as this, and I absolutely love it. That is another one that I'm going to put in godly. I love the retro kits. They're absolutely amazing. The purple, that still goes down well. I reckon it's better than the red Crows Guernsey. The Indigenous was pretty nice as well. It's probably better than the Brisbane one. And then the Star Wand, don't get me wrong, for a good cause, but again, doesn't do the greatest amount for me. Probably in meh. Geelong. Anzac one, didn't add too much, but, probably there. Still love the home kit. Probably in nice. The Indigenous one was really good though. I absolutely rate that. I don't reckon it's better than that gold line Clash Guernsey. What's this one? Oh, the retro top. It's probably the first retro top I don't really like too much. It's probably not as good as the Star one. It's probably better than the Anzac one. Now their Clash kit, I think they only wear this Clash kit when they're not versing Sydney. I'm pretty sure the Charcoal one's only when they're wearing, versing Sydney. Honestly, really great design in awesome. The regular, again, it's, yeah, pretty plain and basic. I preferred the G when it was a lot bigger, but now it's just not good. It's probably, actually, yeah, probably worse than the Essendon Clash. Yeah, the Indigenous one was nice, I guess. Probably better than the Crows one. The Charcoal one, I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's actually a really good Guernsey. I don't know why. It's just the charcoal and the orange, I think. It's just such a weird mix of colours, but it absolutely worked well. Wait. Oh, I thought Gold Coast had 2 Indigenous tops for a second, but they don't. Now this Anzac one's nice. Probably better than the Crows one. The Clash one, I rate it in a way, but it's a bit meh. I'm kidding, it's horrible. Shouldn't really mix with Gold Coast's colours. I know blue's a part of it, but apparently only 2% of their logo is blue. And yeah, just pretty horrible. And same with their normal kit. It's just so plain and basic, and with the amount of colours, those are good colours for a Guernsey, that red and gold, and the partial bit of blue. The amount they could do with that is just unreal. They really should look into it. And their Indigenous one, I reckon it's probably better than the Crows one. It's a good Indigenous top, just don't reckon it's better than this GWS orange kit right here. Hawthorn 5. Anzac 1, probably the top of meh. It's not nice. I just feel like it's, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't stand too much out, stand out too much for me. The home kit, probably at the back of nice. The Indigenous one, probably the same. Actually, I reckon it's better than a couple of these. I was going to say, yeah, probably there. Gee, nice is filling up really quick. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but the Legends top, I don't like it too much. It's a bit plain and basic, I feel. And the Retro Hawk, I just, straight up, I think it just sucks. The Anzac Day one, it was alright, I guess. It's probably another average one. Same with their home top, I feel. I feel like that was probably worse than the Anzac jumper. They wore a Clash Indigenous top, and then they wore a home one. The Clash one, I think, is better than the home one, and we'll probably go, I'd probably put this one here, and then this one at the same spot, but probably just below it, because I like a lot of colour on the Guernseys. Like, same with this one here. I reckon this one can go at the top of meh. Actually, it's pretty nice. I reckon, yeah, chuck it there. North Melbourne now. They've got a couple good ones, but also a couple bad ones right here. Yeah, again, good cause, just pretty poor execution, that superhero Guernsey. This Kangaroo Clash Guernsey, though, I adore. I absolutely adore that one. Pretty plain and basic, I feel, for the original kit. And then the Indigenous top, didn't do too much for me, but goes down pretty well. Port Adelaide have 6 to rank. This one, what was this? Was this Anzac? I think this was the Anzac round. This one-off Guernsey that they wore for Anzac round, and it was nice. Probably worse than the North Melbourne one. Oh, this Clash top, I remember seeing this for the first time. I thought that was pretty awesome. Yeah, this one still doesn't do too much for me, but goes down alright. And then the Indigenous top, that was probably just as good as the Clash one. There's still 2 more to rank. Prison bars, I like the idea, I love the history, but just not good, I feel. And then this retro top was amazing. Now to Richmond's, this is their Anzac top. You can't see it too well, but I'm sure I'll get a photo up on screen. And I thought it was alright. Again, good idea. I just feel like poor execution because, again, it's just the sash just replaced with flowers, I think it was. Yeah, but still it's nice. The Tigers Clash is pretty average now. I used to love it, but now I find it pretty average. Then just a regular top. Yeah, pretty relevant now, I feel. Chuck it behind the Geelong retro. The Indigenous top, like I hate to hate on Indigenous tops because they're normally so amazing, but this one again, just it's the Clash kit, but just replaced with, you know, your different sash. Like, it's just Indigenous culture, which I think is really cool. But I just feel like they could have done a whole lot more with the Indigenous artwork and make it all over the Guernsey. St Kilda now, I personally love this Clash kit. I think it's better than the Giants one. It's probably not as good as the North one, but still, I reckon it's awesome. Now, their home Guernsey still goes down well for me. I feel like that's still a really good colour scheme. And this planning for this Indigenous top, I thought was awesome. I'm pretty sure that this is the best Indigenous top this year. I know, you're probably thinking that there's not much design. How could you like it? And they replaced the white with the yellow. But just the thought of how they put the Aboriginal flag on there, like replacing the white, and then just putting the red, yellow, and black on there, I thought was a really good idea. And the execution, myself, I thought was really good. Sydney now. Clash top, yeah, it was pretty good. I reckon just below the Giants Clash. Again, it's just the history that makes me love it. And I love a couple of these V designs for Guernseys. I think their home is probably just as good as the Blues Indigenous top. And the Indigenous one, it's kind of bored me because I think they've just gone with the same design every single year. Now, West Coast always have good colours with their Guernsey. They never seem to disappoint with those. And I reckon their... Wait, was it their Clash or their home? This is their home. I was going to say, their Clash kit is better than their home because I love more a bit of yellow than blue. But that royal blue, it just stands out so much than the yellow. Their Indigenous one was pretty cool. I'd probably put it in front of the Sydney Clash, but I do prefer that Giants Clash more than that Indigenous top. And finally, it's the Doggies Clash Home Indigenous and the Retro. Clash 1, yeah, it hasn't really changed too much for me. but it's probably better than the Geelong Anzac one. Or is that the... no, sorry, that's a retro one. I'm kind of sad they got rid of that red clash, though. I thought that was still pretty cool. Home one, probably better than the Star one Guernsey, I feel. Actually, I feel like it's better than the two Melbourne ones. Yeah, I reckon. I feel like that was this a serpent? I'm pretty sure there's a serpent on their Indigenous top. Again, not too much. I reckon it's better than the Clash. Actually, it's probably better than the Richmond one, just from the colour scheme. I do, in a way, think it's not as good as the Star one. And finally, their retro kit. Yeah, getting godly. That was amazing. These three retro kits, absolutely superb. On point. The greatest Guernseys of 2023. Is it better than the 301? Probably. Nah, I don't know. But the Doggies Guernsey, their retro one. The three retro Guernseys are in the godly. And this is the tier list I've come up with. Now, let's just quickly see if I want to swap any. Might chuck that Port Clash top in just above the Indigenous one. I reckon Hawthorn might actually beat St Kilda there. I reckon that Hawks one actually... I reckon I was a bit harsh on that Hawks one. Yeah, I'll probably chuck that Clash Essendon down a bit. I still prefer that old one they had back in the day. That, like, where there was a red sash and then it was grey background instead of black. Carlton, fine where it is. The North Superhero one was a bit, yeah, not too good. And then these two, just don't ever want to see it again. But anyway, guys, that is my ranking of the 2023 AFL Guernseys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See yous.